ay makapagsalita na dahil 3 oras na po tayo nakaupo dito. Gusto po natin marinig ang kanyang pahayag dahil meron na po tayong kopya ng 17 na pahina dito. Pero mahirap intindihin dahil puro numero po at mga codes. Yun ang po hinihiling ko. Pakinggan natin siya with minimum interruption at yung mga abogado dito at saka doon po, with all due respect, mamaya po magtanong. Pwede po mag-redirect naman po siguro ang defense. Pwede magtanong siguro sa tamang pamamaraan ang prosecution. Tapos kami, bibigyan po ng pagkakataon kung kailangan pa. Pero paano po tayo magkakaintindihan, bigyan po natin ng pagkakataon para mapaliwanag yung mga numerong napakaraming hindi namin maintindihan. Salamat, Mr. President.
With due respect, Your Honor, I think with the least fear of contradiction, we are agreed that this alleged report came from the AMLA. As to who prepared the same, in particular, whether he's under oath, whether we can cross-examine him on the veracity of the entries here in appearing, whether they are authentic or not, we are already helpless, Your Honor. We are and the presentation...
Your Honor, the document was testified to by the Ombudsman. It is a part of the testimony. You know that is a rule in evidence. Any document presented to witness and used by her in the course of her testimony, in this case, is a part of the testimony of that witness, which could be the subject matter of a cross-examination. Now, you are objecting and you say that you did not touch upon that matter in your examination in chief. I agree with you that the COA was never mentioned by the Ombudsman, but precisely she was asked. The way I understood the question of the prosecution is that the prosecution asked the Ombudsman whether that document was prepared by her, and my recollection of her answer was that she asked the help of some other people, including the COA, if I understood her correctly. So that is in answer to the question of the prosecution. But
no,
just to satisfy the objection and to be sure that we are not guessing here, I am, as the presiding officer, I want to check the record, because my recollection of the record is that you, the defense, really touched this matter in their examination in chief.
My point of objection, if I may be allowed to continue,
Yes,
Your Honor.
please, go ahead.
My point of objection is not only whether it was not touched in the direct or not, but whether the witness will be competent in so far as AMLA figures are concerned.
We will establish that, Your Honor, when we finish our
What is being presented now is an AMLA report unsigned.
That will be a proper subject of a recross or a redirect.
Well, maybe
A redirect, because in your redirect you can actually cross-examine the witness.
Yes, Your Honor, but
We have already declared her to be a hostile witness.
we are very appreciative of that, Your Honor. But our point is, apparently there is no competency on the part of the witness to discuss this report, because first, he is never a party.
Then show that in the course of your recross.
No, but
or redirect.
our observation...
Are you objecting on the ground that the Ombudsman is incompetent to testify on this matter?
On the AMLA report, in addition to our previous objection, Your Honor.
Your
Because
Honor,
it is not shown yet whether she is a party to the preparation thereof, whether she is privy to the entries therein appearing, and whether he had talked to the person who made the entries, Your Honor.
Yes,
So this will be a paper presentation.
correct, but she's simply reading from the report.
Precisely.
So,
PowerPoint presentation, this will include interpretation, Your Honor, of figures stated in there.
well, if you do not want a PowerPoint presentation, then I will submit it to the body for a decision, if you are objecting.
That's my point, Your Honor. And I made clear our position on the matter, Your Honor. We are heavily thankful to the court for allowing us to say our piece on this particular and specific matter.
If Your Honor, please, just for the record, I have not seen these documents, and the mention of the PowerPoint presentation, I heard of for the first time from the Honorable Senator Soto. And I thought it was a wonderful idea to expedite the presentation of the evidence. It did not come from the prosecution. It came from the senator. Now, if the ombudsman is ready to come up with a PowerPoint presentation, I think it's within the discretion of this honorable court to say yes or no. But definitely, it's not barred by any rule.
It may be tedious, but if you want to, you object to the power presentation, then I will direct the prosecution to ask the specific questions so that you can object.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right?
Mr. President, may we recognize
The
Senator Marcos?
gentleman from Ilocos Norte.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a quick question to Madam Ombudsman. We thought we would be able to figure out these figures, but as you can see, there are very many items under which these transactions are categorized. Madam Ombudsman, you used a term earlier, transactional balance.
That's right.
What does that mean exactly? So just because it's so hard for us to
The transactions that went into funds, the transactions that including the inflow and outflow of funds. That is not the balance of the account. Those
I see.
are the balance of the.
So that is the total. In other words,
that went through the system of his.
exactly. So in other words, all the dollar transactions, when added together, are total $10 million. Was that the determination that you made?
It's even more, I think.
It's
Your
even
Honor.
more. So it is not the balance. It is.
It's balance of transactions.
So even if let us say $10,000 was deposited,
Yes.
and subsequently $10,000 was withdrawn,
Yes.
that will be a transactional balance of $20,000. Is that correct, Madam Ombudsman?
Let's put it this way, Senator. I think my computation, which was arrived at with the assistance of CPA lawyers, is that his fresh deposits, which means fresh deposits, they never moved, they remained in that particular account, amounted to more than $12 million.
Yes, but
Fresh deposits. But the transaction, we're saying the inflow and the outflow, that's it.
I heard you specifically say that the transactional balance to your determination was $10 million.
Even more.
Even more. But again, so it does not denote the balance. It merely denotes the total
Yes.
amount of money that went through the
it
system.
does not denote the balance of the account.
Okay.
But as I said, Mr. Senator,
Yeah.
his fresh deposits amounted to more than $12 million. When I say fresh deposits, they were never moved from one bank to another. They stayed in those accounts.
Very well. We'll have to plow through all this information. Thank you very much, Madam Ombudsman.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President.
If you allow me, it will abbreviate the proceedings. If you allow me to come up with a power presentation, it will be easier to be understood if you allow.
Madam Ombudsman, there's an objection from the defense.
All right.
So
Okay. The senator from Iloilo.
Senator Santiago, Mr.
the
President,
gentle
asking
lady
for the floor.
from Iloilo.
Mr. President, the primary rule in the rules of evidence is relevancy. In fact, it is one of the first few articles that open the section of the rules of court concerning evidence. As long as evidence is relevant, it